Being a CNN viewer has got to be one of the most confusing things you can possibly put yourself through, right? Like one day they tell you that Joe Biden is the best he's ever been. He's some kind of job-creating superhero. And the next moment they tell you that he doesn't have a brain and he's got to quit. Not actually quit being president, just quit wanting to be president. And then after that, they feed you every bit of puff piece they can on Kamala Harris. She goes from the most unpopular vice president in history to now the second coming of Christ Obama overnight. And then once you finally start buying all that and believing all that, then you see this.
In a new report, you'll see first out front, the K-File team scoured Kamala Harris's tweets and statements going all the way back to 2017. And what they found was more than 50 instances of Harris slamming Trump's border wall. But now, new Harris campaign ads actually showcase that very wall.
It's actually hard to tell if she's actually doing journalism or if she's just pretending to do journalism. But basically, she's on CNN actually calling out Kamala Harris for lying about the border and pretending that she actually cares about building a wall or border security. And here's the thing, man. These people, they're all about helping Kamala rewrite history and hide who she really is. But apparently an ad about being tough on immigration is just too much, even for them, even for CNN.
As a border state prosecutor, she took on drug cartels and jailed gang members for smuggling weapons and drugs across the border.
And on top of critical tweets, Harris also wrote in her 2019 book, quote, "There was a bigger reason to oppose the border wall. A useless wall on the southern border would be nothing more than a symbol, a monument standing in opposition to not just everything I value, but to the fundamental values upon which this country was built. How could I vote to build what would be little more than a monument designed to send the cold, hard message, keep out?" Well, K-File's Andrew Kaczynski joins me now. So, Andrew, I mean, you all have gone through, scoured an incredible amount of material. Tell me more about what you found.
Yeah, that's right. We found more than 50 of those tweets criticizing the border wall before she used that in her ad. And I want people to take a look at just a few of what she said here. She called it wasteful, useless, a waste of taxpayer money, a vanity wall project, a wasteful border wall, a stupid wall, a medieval vanity project, and an unnecessary wall. And those are really just, there were more of this, just like 10 or like 50. But there was really a lot of this was the common refrain during the campaign. You read that quote where she said it was against everything that not only she stood for, everything America stood for, but and she brought this up a lot. Take a listen to just one instance of that in 2019.
Here's the funny thing about this, right? They're all pretty much pretending. She's pretending to be an actual journalist and he's pretending to be some sort of deep diving investigator. This stuff's been all over everywhere. It's been all over Twitter and YouTube. It's been literally everywhere, man. And it's crazy. When you think about it, it's completely nuts. They can't even tell you the truth without lying about it, man. It's freaking impressive.
It's the president's vanity project.
His multi-billion-dollar vanity project called a wall is nothing more than a distraction from the fact that he actually hasn't focused on working people in America. He contrived a national crisis around his big distraction.
All right, so you go through all of that, you've got all the tweets, and yet all of a sudden in the ads, there's pictures of the wall, and then you went through to look at that wall. Yeah. Like, what is that specific wall that's in her campaign ads now? And you found something very interesting about this specific portion of the wall.
And I think what's also really remarkable about this is, you heard her talking about it there, Trump's wall in his campaign, during his presidency. There was really no greater symbol of Trump's presidency than the wall in the way that Democrats were attacking him over the wall and his restrictive immigration policies. So we looked in that ad, and if you look at it, that exact area of wall is in Sasabe, Arizona, and that is a portion of wall that was actually built by Donald Trump. It was built in an area where there was not previous wall. It was actually pretty controversial when they were building it at the time. So just to see that, and then there are other.
She's using his wall that he built to say, "Look at what I did." Basically,
and the other images of the wall, we weren't able to pinpoint, but there's telltale signs that was a Trump wall because there's an anti-climbing plate on top that became popularized during the Trump years.
It's really incredible reporting and important. All right, Andrew Kaczynski and K-File, thank you very much.
Just think about this, man. Think about who this woman actually is and what her handlers are really trying to get away with, right? They want to hide from you every single bit of who she really is and what she actually believes. They want to disavow everything she's ever said while copying Trump's tax policy, copying his child tax credit. She's even trying to claim sections of his wall while pretending that she's the one who's an actual border hawk. And the insane thing is, they're literally trying to make her look more like Trump while at the same time continuing to try to convince people that Donald Trump is a bad and dangerous guy. I mean, it's crazy. It's insane. And you know it's crazy because even CNN says that it's crazy. And you can't make it up, man. But that's all I got, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't already, be a part of our growth. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.